Hello, Shasta. Hello. Hello. Wow, yay, there's so many people here. I'm so excited. I hope everybody's doing okay tonight and that everyone can hear me okay. Will somebody tell me if you can hear me? I want to make sure the connection is good. Hello. I love you too. I'm so excited. Yay, look at all of these committed mud workers. Okay, yay. I'm gonna give people a couple of minutes to join in because I don't want to be mid-sentence or be in the middle of a meditation. Hello. Yay. I'll probably give it until like 7:03 and then we'll start. Thank you for being here. I hope that technology actually works during this and we don't get cut off. But in case we do and my voice starts cracking out or fizzling out, please stay in the meditation. I don't want it to distract anybody. But let's just pray that technology works in our favor for this. We're bringing it in. Oh, I miss you. Caro. Thank you for being here. All right, so we'll give it like 3 more minutes and then we'll start. Thank you. I'm so grateful that we're all coming together. This is why we're here, to do these things together. And that's the message that has been coming in so strong. I remember in like April or May, there were collective meditations happening every week. And then it just kind of stopped. And I know that we're all meditating individually or with our circle, but it seems like our discipline as a collective is a bit shaky, which during these times is something that we need to change. So we're going to bring this in 8 more weeks. Every week's going to be a different part of the grid. But as you know, this is week 1 of the self, because we cannot be recalibrating the grid for the collective until we do that inner work, which can be a bit uncomfortable. I'm not gonna lie. I did this meditation yesterday and my body was reacting pretty strange. I was kind of jolting around and convulsing a bit, but in a good way. So I'm excited to communicate afterwards about everybody else's experience, or if you get a download that we all need to hear, because that's why we're here together, of course. So the first thing I wanted to go over before we actually get into the meditation is the intention of recalibrating the grid and what this means. So for today, we will be going into all 4 directions of the self. We'll be going into the mind grid, the body grid, the heart grid, and then merging the grid that we create here in our vessel and in our emotional and mental bodies with our spirit, so that we can light it up and bring it in for the collective next week. And also gain an awareness around when this grid may feel out of balance or we need to work on it a bit more again. Hopefully this meditation will help you be able to recognize that a bit more. And obviously the why we're doing this, it's because we need to come together and we need to have discipline as a collective, for sure. Because there are forces that work to keep humanity disempowered, and they are very disciplined with one another. In whatever practice they choose to do, they are disciplined. So as people and souls wanting to bring in a better tomorrow, we need to be doing this together. And the grid has been unstable for a very long time. Very long time. So another thing, logistic-wise, for this meditation specifically, we're going to be kind of tethered in this plane still. So we're going to try our best to not shoot up into the cosmos and leave completely, or root down straight into the earth. I want us to be kind of in a middle ground. So if that means for you keeping your spirit within the body, or it means kind of tethering the spirit a couple feet from the body, do whatever feels right. But let's try our best to not shoot off in any directions. We have to be the tether today. And then just a couple more things before we start, because it is 7:04 and I'd like to get this started as soon as possible, because I think this this inner grid is going to take the longest out of every week, because we have to go into everything. Whatever energy we are going to be working with and getting rid of within our grid, we're not actually going to be getting rid of it. We're going to be transmuting it and sending it off into the ether as transmuted energy, because I don't want us to be putting our programmed grid or our traumatized grid into the collective body at all. So we will just be transmuting this energy, and I'm really excited to bring this in. So thank you all again for being here. And I think it's 7:05, so we will start. I'm just gonna put some music on. Start getting comfortable, putting headphones on, lying down or sitting up, shutting your eyes. And once you're comfortable, we're going to begin with 3 deep clearing breaths. This can be an inhale and exhale through your nose both times, or an inhale and an exhale through your mouth. But at your own pace, bring in these clearing breaths. Maybe they're the deepest breaths you've taken all day. And begin to allow these 3 clearing breaths to center you into the now. Noticing if the human monkey mind part of the brain is scrambling away, accepting that, letting it flow. And once you've taken your 3 deep clearing breaths, fall back into a normal rhythm of breathing, and just allow yourself to be within your normal state of breath. Feeling the rise and fall of your body, giving gratitude for being able to take these breaths. Understanding that you are safe in breathing in the oxygen of this earth, of our home. The collective has become scared in the breath, in the air that we breathe. And we need to bring courage and trust in knowing that this breath is okay and it's safe. And once you feel stable in your breath, we're going to bring in our protection, whatever that looks like for you. Are they shields, flames, the elements, any ancestors, guides, angels, or gods that you work with? A ring of light or a cloak like the shapeshifter and the hermit? Call in this protection to envelope your physical body, your mental body, your emotional body, and your etheric body. Knowing that you are held safe in the hands of Creator, to any outside energies or shadows. And bring the intention of this protection into this meditation. If at any point you get distracted or start to feel uncomfortable or uneasy, remember to bring this protection in to guide you back to your focus and your center. And now, before we begin our trance, we're going to call in our helpers in all four directions and give gratitude. Starting in the east, we call upon the ancestors, guides, guardians, interdimensional beings, gods and goddesses, animal powers, angels and archangels, and any other energies that we work with to bring bravery and strength in breaking down the programming of the mind, releasing a grid that no longer serves our great mission and our great work. Thank you for downloading us with information that will help us bring in a better earth for the lost souls who are currently living here. Thank you for unveiling our eyes and igniting our brain. And now moving into the south, we call upon the powers of the south and the energies of the south, which will help us in protecting our physical body, in regenerating the trust we have with our vessels, so that we may treat them with respect, so that we may bring sacredness back to the Great Mother, trusting that our bodies and our collective body are capable of healing whatever is going on in the collective right now. Knowing that we do not have to fear our bodies or not trust our body's capability of healing itself. Thank you for helping us remember our sovereignty. And moving into the west, we thank and call upon the powers that connect directly to our heart, to the voice of Creator, the space where we heal and confront duality, where we understand the truth of our being and the sensitivity in being human, the compassion we feel for others. We thank you for bringing this awareness to our emotional body. And we thank you for the help in recalibrating our sacred grid. And now, moving into the north, we thank and call upon the powers that guide our spirit, that guide our inner flame, that guide us in our mission and remind us of why we are here, even when we get caught up in the amnesia or the fear or any of the emotions that come along with being a soul in a human body. Thank you for keeping us here, for giving us the opportunity to travel, for allowing us to express divinity on a plane covered in dense matter. Thank you. And now, feeling all of the energies that will be helping and assisting us in this meditation. Begin to see, feel, or sense your star way up in the cosmos. This star is where your spirit and your soul have come from, where your sacred space lies. And from this star, you are going to bring down a tube of light, your tube of light, and watch it as it travels through the galaxy, past the planets and the stars, eventually reaching Mother Earth. Seeing this tube flow past the clouds, all the way past the roof of your house, or wherever you are residing for this meditation, for this work. And allow your tube of light to envelope your entire body. And watch and surrender into the feeling of this tube scanning you from your crown all the way to your feet. And once this tube of light has scanned your body, you're going to activate a cloak around it, protecting you from any outside energies and adding to the protection that you have brought in personally. Knowing that this tube of light is your tool for transmuting this energy. And now, bring your focus to your roots at the bottom of your feet. And allow them to shoot out, falling into the floor of your room or the space. Carrying down past the layers of your house, through the foundation, entering into the soil of the Great Mother, seeing it intertwine and pass the roots of our sacred plant allies, past the layers of rock and water, through the layers of lava, eventually reaching the layer of crystals deeply embedded in Mother Earth. And continue following these roots until they reach the core of the Great Mother, shining bright, welcoming you to ground into her. And once you reach the core of Mother Earth, latch your roots into her center and give gratitude. And allow her energy, the healing and stability she brings, to flow all the way back up your roots, past the layers once again, eventually entering into your feet and traveling up your body into every cell, every organ, every bone. And know that this energy is going to keep you tethered and grounded into Mother Earth. And that your tube of light is going to keep your channel open to ether, into the cosmos. Once you feel centered in this middle ground of being between the earth, the physical, and the cosmos, we are going to travel into the east, straight into our mind. Notice how it feels being in this space of the mental body. Do you see your brain? Do you see your skull? Do you see or feel the energy circulating through your crown? And once you feel tethered in this mental body, you're going to light up your grid so that you may see what it looks like at the current moment. And remember that there is no expectation, there is no dogma. All of our grids are individual and special to us. And begin to dig around and see what needs work. Is there mud dimming or clouding your grid? Is it jumbled in a mess, like a bunch of wire? Are there pieces missing? Does it feel like it has been passed down through generations or lifetimes? Allow yourself to receive any of this information. And once you have scanned this mental grid, we are going to begin recalibrating, rebuilding, and transmuting any pieces that do not serve our mission any longer in the East. Whatever this looks like to you. Does it mean tossing and feeding any of these pieces of the broken grid into your tube of light? Or knitting the pieces back together? Using any of the energies from beyond the veil to assist you. And notice how this feels. To reform a grid that has been broken for a long time. Feeling the clarity and the bravery if fear has filled the mind or confusion. And getting really comfortable with how it feels with a grid that is reformed and stable. Remembering this feeling for when we are walking our mission and our sacredness every day. And once you have finished recalibrating this mental grid, we are going to ignite it, light it up. Whatever this looks like to you, is it shooting rays of light into this grid, refueling its energy? Is it lightning bolts? Or a hum? Feel as this energy courses through your mental body, jolting the mind, the divine mind, awake once again. Allowing the downloads to pour in, if there are any. And allowing any feelings of discomfort to come and go. And once you feel like your mental grid has been reignited, you are going to push this grid outside of your skull so that it may envelope your crown. Lighting up the grid within and outside of you. And give gratitude to any messages received, to any help received. Bathe in this feeling. Know that by doing this, you are helping the collective grid. You are helping the minds of the collective right now, of the millions and billions of other humans residing in this earth. And now, we will begin moving down into the south, in the body. Travel or place your focus into your feet. The piece of our body that helps us walk in our mission, walk in our great work every day. Touch the Great Mother and feel her connection. How does the grid feel in your feet? Is it damaged? Is it worn down from the constant walk and trudge through the collective if we feel overwhelmed? Is it hyperactive, keeping you grounded and unfocused on your great work? Keeping you obsessed with the illusion in this physical plane? And once you've gotten understanding, begin transmuting and reforming this grid just like we did in the mind. Maybe instead of transmuting the broken pieces of the grid into the tube of light, they need to go into the roots of Mother Earth so that she may transmute them. And once you have recalibrated the feet, we are going to travel up through the legs, all the way from the ankles to the upper thigh. How does it feel in the legs that carry us every day, supporting us through whatever abuse or avoidance we have put it through? carrying our walk with grace and beauty. What does the grid look like here? And how does it feel? Notice anything important and begin rebuilding once again. Bring yourself back to focus if you are getting distracted. And know that you being here is work in itself. Once you feel that the grid within your legs is adequate and it feels good, gentle, and centered, rebalanced, we're going to move our focus to the middle of the body, our torso, our hips, our chest. A big chunk of our survival lies here. And we have been programmed to fear our vessel, to not trust our vessel. What does the grid look like here? A lot goes on here. In our lungs, in our stomach, our kidney and liver. Begin transmuting the energy in this middle body once again. Transmuting and reconnecting those dots. And once you feel like the middle body is sufficient and balanced, we are going to move our focus up to the throat and the face. What does the grid look like here? Have our voices been shushed or abused? Have we abused others, ourselves? Perhaps the grid in the throat requires breath to recalibrate and transmute the energy that no longer serves. Maybe you need to cry or let out a song or even a scream. In the face and the eyes. Have the eyes been clouded? The ears been clouded? Any of the senses been clouded? Have you forgotten your beauty? Have you forgotten the beauty of others? Begin to reconstruct the grid that lies within this space. And once you have finished, we will again reignite the grid in the south, jolting our body awake with this energy, letting it know that we love and care for it. And that by reigniting the grid in the south for ourselves, we are helping this process occur in the collective, bringing immunity and balance and trust back into this physical existence. Knowing that it is okay to trust our bodies. Once it feels balanced and good again, give gratitude to the south and any help that you received, giving gratitude to the body and the inner grid within the body, giving honor to Mother Earth, knowing that you are her child, and you will care for yourself as she cares for you. And now we will begin to travel into the west. So it's time to dive deep into the heart space. If your heart space has been blocked off, push your way in there. This is your heart space. You are allowed to feel, and it's safe to feel. Remember, you are protected. And your heart space is direct communication with the source of all that is, the spirit within all things. And once you've planted your focus in the heart space, again, witness this grid. What does it look like? Has it been shattered? Is the light dimmed or corroded with trauma or burdens? Have you been taking on the energy of another's grid, of the collective emotional body, because it's easier than confronting your own? The love you feel for humanity does not need to be a rescuer. Begin transmuting the energy, fixing and rewiring, pushing any muck out of the heart space. Knowing that here is where truth resides, with honor. And for this grid, maybe it needs to be restructured into sacred geometry, reforming and painting the flower of life across your heart space, or a Merkaba, Metatron's cube, or anything that resonates with you. Allow the feeling of this divinity to course through your heart space. Really feel it. Feel your heartbeat. Hear the sound of the universe and of Mother Earth within this space. See the beauty. This is your tether. This is your connection of the middle realm, above and below, the heart space. And once the sacred geometry or the grid has been reformed, we are again going to ignite this heart grid with energy, allowing it to shock the heart space, lighting it up, remembering that your tube of light is cloaked, that you are shielded, and that this grid actually will help you process emotions, will help you observe instead of react, will help you guide others without taking on their pain, will assist in bringing emotional stability into the collective emotional body in the direction of the West. Light the match of this inner fire. Allowing any emotions to rise up. Knowing that this is bringing beauty into the world that may seem like it is filled with so much suffering. You are here. And once you've sat in this feeling and feel as if the heart grid is lit up, give gratitude once again and honor to this space. Maybe an apology if it has been neglected. Knowing that when you communicate with the heart, you are communicating with Source. The Source within and throughout you, throughout everything. Before we move our focus into the north, this is where we will integrate the work that we have now done in the east, south, and west with our spirit, merging this grid with our etheric body, so that when we do our work, in whatever means that is, our grid is strong, brave, and lit up with fire. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Merge this grid with your spirit and feel it jolt you or calm you down, bring you back into equilibrium, into balance. Allow the grid of the mind to merge with the spirit, the grid of the body to merge with the spirit, the grid of the heart to merge with the spirit. And for one last final recalibration and reignition, jolt your spirit with the energy of Source, with the energy of Mother Earth. creating a fortress around your grid. Knowing that you can revisit this grid at any time. So that you may stay balanced and ready to fulfill this work in the collective. Welcoming the challenges that we are being confronted with now. Staying loyal to your mission. There's no need to turn a blind eye now. And once you've finished this, begin coming back to your breath. Allowing any downloads that are still coming in to finish and store themselves in your grid, imprinting themselves in the collective body as well. Bringing your focus back to the physical, wiggling your fingers, your toes, maybe breaking out a smile. And when you are ready, begin to open your eyes once again. And give gratitude for yourself for the work that you've just done, even if it was uncomfortable. And once you feel you are back and in a conscious state, give gratitude once again to all four directions, the ancestors, guides, guardians, masters, interdimensionals, angels, archangels, animal powers, gods or goddesses, Mother Earth, Creator, Father Sky. And give gratitude to the people who joined tonight, working in this energy together as one. Thank you. All right. So as we begin coming back, opening our eyes, re-entering our space, thank you for being here. I'd actually like to talk a bit and hear others' experiences or downloads that feel like they need to be shared. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you. So if anyone wants to share, please, by all means. It was pretty interesting when, I know when I did this, I was like, what's going on? Why am I jolting around? Why am I like shaking my head? Why do I feel out of control of my body? So if anyone wants to share, thank you. Thank you. I have so much gratitude for everyone who joined tonight. Thank you. I hope I didn't cut out at any point or that everything went smoothly. Is there anything that anybody... Oh yes, feeling electric. Woohoo, yay, that's what we're here for. We gotta electrify this grid within ourselves. It was so beautiful to see everyone's grids moving together. I'm gonna cry, yay! Felt so connected with everyone here. Yes, this is what this is all about. We're in a place where everything is really trying to be pulled apart and really trying to disconnect everybody from everything. Disconnect us from ourselves and from each other. So by doing this, we're bringing in the discipline, we're bringing in this love that we feel for each other. So thank you again. Let's see what else. I felt incredibly foggy and as if I was going to sleep. And then bam, as we lit up the grid in the mind, the fog was gone. Yes, clearing the fog. There's been a lot of fog and confusion lately as well. And we forget that there is a grid enveloping everything. Everything, whether alive or not alive. Everything that has a spirit, which is everything. We forget that these grids can be easily disrupted. Let's see what else. And I saw lights showering down upon us all. Yes, they are here. It was a beautiful recalibration, noticing where the grids needed mending. Yes, it's interesting because we can kind of feel where there's tension in the body, or if we have tension in the head, we know there's work that needs to be going on here or in the heart, wherever it is. But it's interesting noticing the grid. Like I noticed lots of things when I did it. It's pretty crazy what can go unnoticed within this grid. Thank you. Yes, we're igniting the warrior. We have to be warriors right now. We have to be strong and hold strength. I know that it can be a little scary and overwhelming, but that's why we're here. We're here to guide others. And it's a responsibility for sure. But we knew this coming to the earth. And to be honest, in my belief, we knew what was going to happen today. And we're here to change this and to bring humanity really back to its balance again, back to its sacredness. Let's see. I came in late, and when I dropped in, I saw everyone's ancestors' eyes glowing white watching me, almost as if the energy could tell my new energy entering the grid. Oh my gosh, I love you so much. That's so beautiful. See how the ancestors, the guides, everyone wants us to work together. I feel like they're like screaming behind the veil, like, please, please just listen. We need to be doing this together. We have so much power just with ourselves. When we come together, it doesn't matter who's in power or who's in control or what dark magic is going on. Because there's so many of us, and I mean, the earth, we're always talking about overpopulation. Honey, it's been crowded with the ancestors and the guides. It's fine. And see, I used fire to light up the grid around my heart, and then you said to light the fire within. I'm honoring my fire more. Yes, no more fleeting embers and ash corroding our energetic bodies. No more. It's time to put the foot down. We're lighting the fire, and we're lighting it for the earth. Yes, white glowing eyes appeared to me as well. Yes, I love to hear these things because people are getting the same visions. This completely denounces any doubt, or it should. Don't doubt your medicine. Don't doubt your magic. Because clearly, we're connected even though we're not together. We're working through technology right now. Yet here we are, seeing the same visions, being in tune with one another, and this is what this is all about. So regardless of what is happening in the matrix, in the programming, we can still come together. And honestly, I'll just say this right now. If technology gets taken away, I don't care. Let's just come up with a game plan. Every night, even if it's 5 minutes at like a certain time, go into meditation. That way we're still meditating together, even if we can't do it through technology or be with one another in person. So I don't want to keep everybody too late, but thank you all for sharing your feedback and your downloads and for joining. I really, really enjoyed this. I was a bit nervous, I'm not going to lie, but this was wonderful. And I'm so, so thankful for everybody here. Let's see one more. I felt the fire in the north when you counted down, saw the phoenix and major goosebumps. Yes, bringing in the phoenix, rising from the ashes. Let's go. Let's go. I'm ready. Are you ready? I hope we're all ready, to be honest, because we got to bring this in for real now. Like, we need to. Always. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Really. Truly. Oh, thank you. I was a bit insecure. Sometimes I feel like my voice can be jarring, but thank you. Thank you. Okay. Well, I hope everybody has a beautiful rest of your night. Maybe dream time will be a bit different now because your grid is all recalibrated. Remember this grid always, always. And then next week, since you all are here, next week we will actually be we'll be traveling into the collective. So here we go. Week 2 is going to be the mind. So we're going straight into the mind of the collective. Might be a bit more uncomfortable, a bit more mud work next week. But now that we hold this protection and this strength here in our own mental grid, we will do it. And yes, I will be saving this recording. So if you'd like it, please DM me and I'll send it to you. I'll also, if I can post it on the story, I will. I'm going to do this every day, all week. So that when we go into the collective mind on Sunday, next Sunday, we are fully prepared and ready to go. So I will save this for you. Thank you all so much again. I love you. Thank you to all your ancestors, and I hope to see you again next week. Have a great night. Okay, let's see. How do we shut this off?